Good day. We are the group four, presented by me, Murphy John Imotinola, John Arthur Leonardo, and Andrea Kayla Zarameda. We will be giving our study the benefits and effectiveness of online learning in a new profound internet-based generation. In its brief background, online learning can be associated with computers, telecommunications, distant learning, and many more. Thus, viewing the history of online learning goes way, way back to the inventions of computers. The University of Wisconsin-Madison was able to send several video lectures to their distant learners and start of what is called online learning. Traditional and or face-to-face learning environments have been admonished for favoring passive learning, ignoring individual differences and needs, and dismissing problem solving, critical thinking, and other higher order thinking skills. And while technological advancement in internet-based software, on the other hand, have created both the obstacles and opportunities in education and training. The benefits and drawbacks of online learning, particularly when compared to more traditional face-to-face learning, are currently, as of now, being researched. When developing online applications, education was really not a key factor. It mainly prioritized the technological advancement or the technological maintenance. And as a result, in order to assist those individuals enrolling in a new learning environment, researchers will conduct a study to differentiate between the benefits and limitations of online learning so that they better prepare themselves for their goals. This research is mainly to point the interest to those individuals who are uh, who wants to enroll in a new learning environment to and to order to properly prepare for the changes and how it really affects the individual during online learnings. As there are several individuals who have experienced the new learning environment that has several limitations that prevent them from performing well in an online learning, such as cost, time management, course material issues, and so on. And most of them will certainly affect those who are new or never knew about online learning. And as of now, researchers will undoubtedly assist those who are new to the online learning environment in avoiding such limitations.
For our research questions, we have prepared four questions to be interviewed to our respondents. First is amid struggles in online learning, what aspect of online learning do students find beneficial? Second, how do students cope up with their struggles? Third, why are students, instructors, and the faculty struggling in online learning more than traditional learning? And last but not the least, what are the limitations each individual has which results in a more struggling situation in a new learning instruction? For our data gathering, the interview will have four questions and will have follow-up questions depending on the answer of each respondent. Each interview in Zoom will have a maximum of 5 respondents and all interviews will be recorded. Google Form will be used to construct an online registration form, and all respondents will receive a private message on Microsoft Teams or Messenger asking them to select a date for their interview. There will be no waivers or documents needed to be signed by the respondents. For our results, we got for our gathered data for our statement of the problem one. What are the limitations of online learning that are needed to address for better higher education to solutionize each factor so that students with difficulty progress in the future? As seen in table 1, students consider time management as a limit to their studies. And since some students get overwhelmed with their requirements that are given, they are having troubles in dividing their time. Coming up next was time flexibility and internet. Students tend to prolong their requirements since deadlines keep on extending, and since not all can afford fast internet connection, there are times that they are having troubles in passing their requirements and tend to also prolong their uh, passing of requirements.
Statement of the problem number 2. What are the things that hinder the students to have a fully focused mindset in their studies? According to Table 2, student readiness is the reason why some students cannot give their best at their academics. COVID-19 came in by surprise and took a toll on a lot of people. From face-to-face classes to suddenly switching to online learning can be overwhelming to other people and may take some time to adjust to the new normal. Not all people have the proper equipment to conduct or attend online classes and are having difficulties in adjusting to their new environment. Next factor that hinders the students are household chores. Some respondents explain their situation at their houses, that there are times that during classes, their nephew or niece cries and sometimes there's no one to look after them. So they tend to take care of them while having classes. Some say that sometimes the relatives suddenly give them errands. Second to the last is having less sleep. Due to the online classes, we spend a lot more time in our screens to do our activities or to spend our free time trying to understand some parts of the lesson. According to Dr. Rosenberg, spending time on our screens can reduce our sleep quality because of having difficulties in sleeping. For the last factor that hinders students to give their best at their academics, we have concern about course materials, and communication with the teachers. Some respondents say that some of the course materials that they need in their studies are not provided by the teachers, or it will not be available at a certain amount of time. Regarding communication with the faculty staff, students are having difficulties talking with their professors because of not having available time during consultation hour, or some professors are not easy to contact. Statement of the problem number 2. In what ways do the students cope with the new normal learning? As seen in Table 3, admits of saying that time management is a limitation of online learning for students. The respondents also mentioned that they should practice time management in order to cope with their struggles in online learning. Some say that when they feel pressure in their academics, they can take a break to do the things that bring them joy, to ease their anxiety, and to have a fresh view when they start doing their requirements. Lastly, another coping mechanism that students do is to help each other when they are having difficult times. They schedule a meeting to have a study group and to learn from each other seems to be effective to them. Conclusion. Based on the findings, the researchers focus on the common reason that prevent children from performing at their best in school and use that information to reach a conclusion. 36% of the respondents mentioned that the time management and student readiness are the most common factor that affect their academic performance. According to the respondents, it is up to the student to determine whether or not they are adequately prepared for online learning and can manage their time effectively. However, if a student struggles to adjust to online learning, he or she may become overwhelmed by abrupt change in the environment and be unable to perform well, resulting in poor time management. 27% mentioned that household chores, time flexibility, and cost affect their performance in classes. Some students doubt if they want to continue with their studies because some are not financially stable. During this time of pandemic, some parents lose their job to be safe. They need to think of other expenses other than the tuition of their child.
Thank you.